and I have MS. Oh, got it.
I'm going to record this for you.
I was like, I have MS. I got to get serious about my health. And so I decided I do like mainly gluten-free, dairy-free now. And then I was like, what else can I do for my body to help it out? And I have used LifeVantage products, but I just got like more in depth with it. And then I'm like, why am I not sharing this with everybody else? Like, it's been wonderful for me. It gets me through a 12-hour day at work, which is nice. And so that's kind of why I started, because I was like, why am I not sharing this? Like, I have all these people that I love. Why am I not sharing it? And so that's why I got started here, is because I wanted to spread the love.
I love it. All right. Well, I'll take over then, Nacole. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to mute everybody. Take no offense to it, just so we don't get distracted. My name's Tanya. And like I said, I live in Meridian, Idaho, and hopefully we get some people watching this back for you too, Nacole. But I've been a part of LifeVantage since 2011. And I've done a lot of these businesses. This is not my first rodeo. I've done 7 businesses like this prior to LifeVantage, because when I was introduced to it when I was in college, I just loved the people I met. And they exuded this confidence and this energy that I wanted in my life. And so that's what I was really searching for along the way. Was I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to make a difference in people's lives, but I really wanted to like unlock my own potential. And that wasn't happening when I was working for other people. There was just always a ceiling. And I always got frustrated when people around me didn't want to do more or work harder. Like, it just was frustrating to me. So I was always open to opportunity. And then when LifeVantage came into my life in 2011, my mom had been diagnosed with cancer. My husband was like a walking time bomb. It still like blows my mind. I've been doing a lot of these presentations this last week of what he was like before these products came into our life. And I'm so grateful. My girlfriend shared with me an ABC investigative report that Nacole can get to anybody that wants to watch it. But in that ABC report, they showed that after John Quinones did a blood test, and they were talking about a product called Protandim that this researcher and scientist had created. And they found that after 2 weeks, his oxidative stress levels were lowered by 45%. And after 30 days, they couldn't distinguish the blood between an 80-year-old and a 30-year-old, and 80-year-old and a 20-year-old. And that grabbed my attention, because I instantly thought of all the people in my life that were sick that could probably benefit from this, but I didn't know what oxidative stress was. So I'm going to share my screen and share a PowerPoint that gives good visuals to help people just go along with us and give you more of an idea of what we're speaking about. So again, the company is called LifeVantage. I have to just give disclosures that any stories that I tell, whether financially or health-wise, everybody's story is always different. And what you make of this is what you put into it. Let's move along. Here we go. Okay, so our environment, we all know this, everything around us is changing at a very high and fast rate. There's been 85,000 chemicals that have been introduced since the Industrial Revolution into our environment. And these, a lot of them are uncontrollables, whether it's our food and water, whether it's the environment around us, whether it's relationships, the stress that comes from that, being overworked, not knowing where your work's going to come from or if you're going to have it, and even our technology. And all of these things, we like to say, are dimming the lights in our body. It's causing havoc in our body, in the cells of our body, and then we're not able to function as optimally as we would like. It seems like people are getting sicker at a faster rate today. And a lot of these things, some of the side effects that are most common that we all maybe have dealt with ourselves or see other people dealing with are decreased immune system, brain fog, sluggishness, maybe bad mood or lack of motivation, increased stress, and fatigue. And none of these are fun, because when we're feeling this way, we're not able to give and do our best. So what's really happening within the cells of our body when the light is dimming is we have higher levels of oxidative stress, we have lower levels of mitochondria, and we have a decline in our sirtuin activity. And I'll go through each of these, but each one of these is a result of the aging process. So science has discovered that our genes do contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. They just need to be turned back on. But as we age, they start to dim and they start to go off. So oxidative stress, the best visual we can give you is when you bite into an apple, for instance, it starts browning. That's oxidation. Our body does have a natural defense that it will produce antioxidants to maintain the health of our cell, but we have antioxidant enzymes in our body that will do that. But because of aging, our body's ability to continue to produce those antioxidant enzymes over time, it goes down. So then we start having those different conditions that we talked about at the beginning here. So what this doctor and researcher did after 40 years of research and then 2 years of trying to find the perfect synergistic blend that he could find, he found 5 plants. And when he put those together, the synergistic effect was phenomenal. And he found that what it did is it opened a pathway in our body called NRF2. It turned it on. And that NRF2 pathway is responsible for our antioxidant production. So by turning it on and flipping that switch, now you're activating those antioxidant enzymes and you're lowering that oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. Now, like I said, when this was introduced to me in 2011, my husband had a horrible high blood pressure, high triglycerides. He'd been diagnosed with type 2 diabetic. He had gout. And we were doing everything we could to try to help him. He was eating healthy. He was exercising, but we just couldn't get a handle on it. And it didn't seem like anything was making him better. So when my girlfriend shared with me this ABC investigative report, he was really skeptical. I told him about it and he's like, I've tried everything. Like nothing's going to help at this point. So what did I do as a good wife? I ordered it anyway. I ordered it behind his back and it showed up and I said, this is plant-based and it's not going to hurt you. Just try it. And it is the one thing that completely changed his life. And then I found over time, as LifeVantage introduced more products that open more pathways. One day I'm cleaning out a filing cabinet and I see all these explanation of benefits from insurance companies. And they were all for my husband. And they were all prior to him being on these products. And I had forgotten how often he was in the doctor's office. And it was such like a powerful visual for me as to just how much his life has changed. So when that ABC report aired, there were other researchers and universities and doctors that said, if your product lowers oxidative stress, which we know is a bad thing, high oxidative stress levels are linked to hundreds of diseases and conditions, then we want to study your product with other disease states. And those have started, and you can find those on Pubmed. And this is one of the studies that came from that by Washington State University, not by LifeVantage. And they state that NRF2 pathway, NRF2, is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. And NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. This is it's such a big deal. It's such a big statement. It's not something that was made up by our company. I mean, this is something that was done by a third-party credible source. And for them to say that this may be the biggest breakthrough in the history of health, truly NRF2, oxidative stress, when I was introduced to LifeVantage in 2011, and I typed it into PubMed, there are about 80,000 studies. Today, there's over 300,000 studies on oxidative stress and the damage of it to the body. And then NRF2, if you look that up, it is just really getting going in the research that it provides. And that cutting edge and what we have our hands on, just like Nacole said, thank goodness she said yes, because she's right. More people need to know about this because not enough people do. So here's what happens through time because of aging, our body's ability to produce those key antioxidants, giving us that protection, it declines over time. But with Protandim, you can see how it sustains. It allows our body to continue to keep producing those antioxidant enzymes. I'm going to let Denise in here real quick, hopefully. There we go. Awesome. Okay, let's move on. See, anybody can do this, clicking through a PowerPoint. Okay, so this is PubMed. It's short for public medicine, PUBMED. If you guys, and you're in the same medical field as Nacole, so you know this site well. These are some of the universities and institutions that have done studies on Protandim, even supported by the American Heart Association, the American Aging Association. You can go to PubMed, you can type in Protandim, the product, and you will see these studies. That is not a common thing for a product that is plant-based to have so many peer-reviewed studies on it. More often than not, there's amazing products in this world, right? And a lot of times they will say, well, we can reduce oxidative stress, but I've yet to find one that can make the same claims that Protandim does. And I've yet to find any other plant-based products as a whole that have the studies on it that Protandim does. In that way, I just believe we're so far ahead of the curve with our research on NRF2 and our research on oxidative stress. And when I was told about PubMed, I went there and I typed in the search engine, oxidative stress, and then anything I could think of in my family history. I typed in all these different conditions that have affected my family. And when I did, it didn't say no results found, it brought up studies. And so for me, I was taking a multivitamin, I was a healthy girl, but when I saw that this product would reduce oxidative stress and that high levels of oxidative stress were linked to everything in my family history, it just became a no-brainer for me that I should have this in my body and I should probably take it for the rest of my life to give me that proactive approach to maybe not having to deal with what my family did. So now we're going to get into the two other theories. And the second one is mitochondrial decline. Mitochondria is essential for our cells. It's the energy, the powerhouse of our cell. And again, our body's natural defense is that we would constantly be fixing or removing damaged mitochondria and then producing new mitochondria. But again, because of aging over time, the body's production slows down over time. So we then again formulated a plant-based product synergistically that can turn on those mitochondrial genes in a positive way. And now we are increasing production of your NRF1 gene by nearly 70%. That's a really, really big deal. When people have low levels of mitochondria, that is associated to many different neurological conditions. And I have a lot of those in my family history. So when I can find anything that will support neurological and brain health, I'm all over it. And then we have sirtuin decline. Sirtuins, basically in layman's terms, are like garbage men. When people do intermittent fasting, they are upregulating the sirtuin activity in their body. They're giving their body a rest. They're not adding in anything new, and they're allowing their cells to rest and kind of cleanse and clean out. NAD is responsible for sirtuins, for these garbage men. If you look up NAD, you will find phenomenal research and just how vital it is that we have NAD in our body. They say by the time we're 50, we have half of what we did when we were younger. And NAD gives us these sirtuins, and they say NAD is the closest thing to the fountain of youth. It's crazy, the research on this. So we want these sirtuins working in our body on our behalf. But again, because of aging, the body's ability to produce those sirtuins, it slows down over time. And that causes the slowing of our cells. It causes our cells to get just not be as clean as they could, so they're not going to function as well as they could. So we produced another Protandim product. We're turning on a different pathway. We're turning on the NAD genes, and we're increasing sirtuin activity by 100% in 24 hours. And then you can see when that happens, you're getting the garbage men, you're just getting the cell to detoxify itself at a higher rate. Our bodies are so phenomenal. And the fact that we have little things called sirtuins that can clean our cell, and then we can give them something that activates them and makes them happier to do what they're supposed to do, it just makes sense. So when you can flip on all three of these pathways, giving yourself more sirtuin activity, giving your cell more mitochondria, and then reducing the oxidative stress, that is called our Protandim Tri-Synergizer. Those three products individually can be sold individually, or they can come together in a bundle. And they found that when you take them together, there is a synergistic effect that even blew the minds of our scientists. So you can see in the gray, That's what happens with each of the products individually, how it's upregulating certain genes in our body. But when you take them together, now you can see the synergistic effect that takes place. So for instance, the NRF2 gene that is responsible for a healthy inflammatory response, that is upregulated by 838%. And then you've got over here NAD, the recycling pathway, right? That's a good thing for our cells. That's upregulated by over 100%. So when we can turn those switches on, when we can upregulate in a positive way that gene expression in our body, now we get better benefits, right? Now we're feeling better. And when people feel better, they want to do more. So now you have positive mood and motivation, support healthy longevity, improve mental focus and concentration. You can see the rest. It's just phenomenal. And I have to say to you too, like I said, I was healthy when these products were brought into my life. But what my husband pointed out to me, and I have since realized, is that they have made me a better person. I deal with life better. I have less anxiety. I'm calmer. I'm more patient, almost to the point sometimes where it annoys my family. But they just have made me handle life better. And I believe with all my heart that my husband before these products, he has gone through like the lowest valley of his life in the last 5 years. And had he not been on these products, I'm pretty sure he probably would have had a heart attack or something would have happened because of the conditions that he dealt with before the products came into our life. But because of these products, I know that he was able to stay healthy while he went through the toughest times of his life. And that's what I really want you to think of, is it's easy to think of the people in your life that are sick, but we have to put our own oxygen mask on first. And I just love the fact that I know I'm being proactive for my future and the sake of my family as well. So Protandim, you can get each one of these in bottle form, or you can get the pills in a packet form that you can just take on the go with you on an everyday basis. And it's less than $5 a day to activate those pathways in your body, which is phenomenal. So I'm going to wrap it up with 2 more slides, and then I'm going to turn over to Vicki, and then she'll wrap up the Zoom for you guys. But the other products we have, we're basically dealing with as a company, the functional health of your cells from hair to cell. So we have things that support weight management, gut health, brain health, energy health, even health for your dogs. So I'll go through these real quick. We've got a whey protein shake that is vanilla flavored that it honestly smells like cake batter. It's like so yummy. My girls love it, and they love putting like strawberries in it. You can add anything you want to it. And then the 2 tubs, you'll see there's a prebiotic there. And then we've got daily wellness on the bottom, another tub. The prebiotic, of course, is for your gut health. And then we have an amazing probiotic as well. The ones in the tubs have a little scoop. And so you can scoop them and put it in water and you just shake it up. And they're both just a really great kind of berry orange flavor. Really, really yummy, tastes amazing. I take them together. The prebiotic I love because it kind of curbs my cravings in the afternoon. And then daily wellness is for your immune health. It has all the things we were told to take in these last 2 years. It has vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and then they added a fermented yeast. And this product, I'm telling you, I believe it's responsible for taking away my seasonal allergies. Since I've started it, I have not had that lingering cough that I always get in the fall. It's just, I'm obsessed with that product. I think it's so important. And then omegas, I'm on a huge omega kick right now as well too, because it's so important and so vital for your brain. And omegas and good fish oils are like a lotion for the cell. Like you really want to have good omegas functioning in your body for you. And our omegas are very clean sourcing, and you can even chew them. There's like a lemon lime flavor with them. And that's the other thing that you know with our products is the sourcing of them, the ingredients. They're all very clean because again, we're dealing with the functional health of your body. And Axio, I'm doubling up this morning. I always mix red raspberry, which is decaffeinated, with the huckleberry green grape, which is a caffeinated, and it's so good. And Axio was created for just a sustained calm energy to boost your mood, get you through the day, lift the brain fog. And you heard Nacole say before this, like she's able to get through her 12-hour shifts easier than she was before. So Axio is phenomenal, especially it was the results we saw in kids that grabbed my attention with Axio, because we had teachers calling mom and dad saying, what did you change? Like, they're more calm, they're getting along better with people, they're testing better, they're paying better attention. Like, that's the benefits that Axio provides to you. It's a phenomenal product. And then we've got products for your eye and for your body. And I'm obsessed with these. We have a group on Facebook called Vitality Living. There's over 10,000 people in there that will share their stories, share the science. You can find information for days if you want Nacole to add you to that group. It's just for you to look around and get information. But you can see phenomenal before and afters of people using our hair care system, our skincare system, and even our body care. That hair care has completely changed the hair of my health. Like, I just thought the health of my hair. I just thought like frizzy hair was how it was supposed to be. Hair breaking, hair falling out. It's just what I was going to have to deal with. It's not the case. It can be better. I love that product. The hair care is phenomenal. And then the skincare, you can see there's an anti-aging cream there. The anti-aging cream was the second product that our company produced, because Louisiana State University did a study on Protandim, the pill, and they found that there was a very significant defense that it was giving against skin cancer. So they thought, well, our skin's our first line of defense against any oxidative stress damage, so why not create a topical? So that's basically like putting Protandim in a cream, and that has become the Neosporin of our household. There's scrapes, bruises, bumps, scars, anything. Like, we use the number 4, the anti-aging cream. And the body care, I can't speak enough about it. All I'm going to say is if you're looking for a great rub for after your workouts, or if you are looking for something that will finally significantly hydrate your skin, but not be heavy or greasy, this is your answer. It's a phenomenal line, and most of it is infused with CBD as well. And then the IC Bright, it's so huge. Eye health is a really big thing. I think a lot of people don't talk enough about. And the IC Bright has helped people in a really magnificent way as far as like floaters or night driving. Really great product. And Nacole has a website. She can send you the link. And what you get to do is you can look at each product individually, or you can look at the products based on maybe an area of your health that you want to enhance. And you can put together packs, or we have packs already put together for you where you can save money that way. But all the information you would need to know about each product is on that site. So now we're going to turn it over and talk about the business side of this. And the one big thing about this is people will talk about their health all day long, but people typically do not talk about their financial health. And when this came into my life, I had sick people in my life, but I also was really looking for an answer for my life financially. I just wanted life to be different. I wanted to stay home with my girls, and I didn't want to work for anybody. And this has been a huge answer to prayer in that regard. So Vicki, I'm going to turn it over to you now, sweetie. And Vicki is the amazing woman that brought LifeVantage into Nacole's life. And so she's going to wrap this up for us and talk about the business. So unmute yourself, Vicki.
Hello.
Gotcha.
Hi, girls. All right. I understand there's a little bit of lag between me and you, but I think it'll be okay. So LifeVantage, the company, is 13 years old. In 2009, they went into business. They just built a beautiful new headquarters in Sandy, Utah, and they are publicly traded, which is huge from a business standpoint, because that means their financials are published. So there is full disclosure as far as, you know, the numbers in the business goes. They're debt free, which is really cool for such a new company. We have an amazing board, and I don't know if any of you are familiar with Erin Brockovich. She sits on our board. She's a huge environmental and health advocate. So it's super exciting for us. And we have other amazing people on the board from some of these bigger companies. You see there, Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Amazon, SC Johnson. And then we have the side to LifeVantage, the philanthropic, the give back side is called LifeVantage Legacy. And the heart of LifeVantage is one of the coolest things. We have some organizations we work with, Project Smiles, Build Homes in Mexico. We helped out with hurricane relief here in the United States. Just some really cool things that LifeVantage does to give back. Okay, trends. So I think we can agree that health and wellness is on an upward trend, especially after these last couple of years. Never in history have people been more concerned about their health. And there's been a 60% increase in wellness sales of wellness products in the last 8 years. And again, we have products in some of the biggest trending categories. We all know anti-aging. You know, when I started with LifeVantage and I heard anti-aging, to me, I always thought that was like a vanity thing. Like, I just don't want to get wrinkles. I never thought of anti-aging internally. I just always thought anti-aging was a I don't want to look old thing. But anti-aging is a huge market. Skincare, of course, hair care, pet care. I really didn't realize what lengths people would go to for their pets until I just got a puppy a couple months ago. And I understand now. So people will spend a lot of money on their pets. And the energy, again, the Axio, the brain food, probably my favorite product that we have is the Axio to get me through the day. And then we all know weight management will be around probably forever. People will be looking for a solution to that. So we feel like we have the perfect business model here when you do a network marketing type business and when you work with LifeVantage like this. A lot of people I know work this business completely from their phone or from their laptop. You know, people did a lot of staying at home the last couple of years, working from home, and this is the perfect laptop business. The thing I love about, one of the things I love about LifeVantage and sharing this is I feel like it's cool to be a business owner, but I never wanted to go try to find a building or try to stock inventory or figure out shipping issues or deal with returns, that sort of thing. Like in a business model like this, all of that is totally taken care of for you. It's your job to just share the love and the products with the people you care about. And like Tanya said, Nacole does have an online a website, personalized website, and that comes with your business when you do sign on. And so it's chock full of information on the products. Excuse me, but also there's a lot of the business in there as well. This is our average earnings disclosure statement. We get to share this just to show you the average monthly commissions that are paid out at the different ranks. And so we have basically 11 paid ranks. Nacole hit the first rank in her first month because she's a rock star. And I feel like, you know, she's just a rocket taking off. She has such a heart for people. And that's what it takes to succeed, is to just have a heart to want to help people one way or another, whether it's with their health or with their finances or with both. Another foundational rank is Pro 3. You can see there that it shows the average monthly commissions at Pro 3 is around $626. And I just wanted to share something with you that I read this week that kind of blew my mind. Bloomberg Economics estimates that costs for the average US household will increase $433 a month this year, almost half of which is for food and energy costs. Okay, that's crazy. And so a Pro 3 business could fill that gap for a lot of people. It could make a huge difference, or that's even a car payment, that amount right there. The next rank we highlight is the Pro 5 rank. There you see it's about $3,100 average. Now that's a house payment. I know for some people in my area, that's a monthly income. That's more than a monthly income. So big things can be done with you know, a Pro 5 rank business. And then there's the rank of Pro 7, which to me seems crazy, but I know so many people at this rank and it's so doable. Our Miss Tanya there is at the rank of Pro 7. And that to me is walk away from your job and do what you like to do income right there. So those are just some of the areas that we highlight when we talk about the earnings disclosure statement. So then you wonder, okay, so if I want to get involved, how do I do this? Where do I start? Well, you start with an enrollment pack. Honestly, I know people who buy these packs just for the savings. So the Premier Pack is $2.99. It has a small sampling of the products, and it's at a 33% savings. The Elite Pack has more of the products. In fact, I think it's all the products except for the body care, if I'm not mistaken. And that's at a 48% savings. So that's how you get started. That's your startup cost for your business. There is your whichever pack you choose. Okay, but then you're thinking, but can I do this? Can I really do this? Okay, if I can do this, and I know you hear that it sounds cliche and everybody says it, but I'm not even kidding you. If I can do this, you can do this. We have such a great support system. We have such a great just system in general for how we get people started, how we keep people involved, how we train. We have great events. We have monthly events in some areas. If you can attend, you can attend them virtually. We just have such a great system of training and support. We have a system called, we call it ITT. The I stands for invite. So Nacole invited you to take a look at something. She texted you, called you on the phone, whatever it was, and she invited you to take a look. The T stands for a tool. So she invited you to this tool that we're using today to share the products, to share the business with you. And then the last T is team, which is connecting you to, if you have further questions, to help you decide what your options are, depending upon what you're looking for. She would connect you to someone to help you make those type of decisions. So we have a really, really, it's simple. It's not always easy, but it's a very simple system to follow to help you succeed. So now you're thinking, you've listened to us and you're wondering, so now what do I do? So we find that people usually fall into 3 categories. Maybe what we talked about today wasn't enough information for you. You want more information on one or the other or both, the products or how to do this as a business. Maybe you heard a story that we shared or something that we talked about and you want to become a customer, you want to order something. Or maybe you liked both. You saw something you love, you can think of people who could also benefit from it, and you want to do your own business. You want to join the team. Either way, Nacole will be getting in touch with you soon to find out which of those categories you fall into. And then either she'll use our help or she'll be able to take it from there and help you make your decision. So we so appreciate you taking your time on a Saturday. It sounds like it's a beautiful day there, even though if it might be a little bit windy, but we appreciate you taking time with us this morning, and just hope you enjoy your day. Nacole will be getting in touch with you to find out where you're at. Thanks so much, ladies.
Good job, Vicki. You did it.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh, I've got a lot of
Thank you.
firsts on here today. It's so good. Yeah, Denise.
Yes,
and
yes.
I thank you guys for being on here and supporting Nacole. Sometimes it's a daunting thing when you, it shouldn't be, right? I mean, Nacole found something that she's passionate about, and whether she became a distributor or not, I know she would have had it on her heart to want to share with you. But when we decide that we want to make a business out of it to help other people, sometimes we get in our head. And so then when we want to share it, we're so in our head, we're afraid to tell people. And we just always keep telling her, like, stay true to who you are, like share it with people no matter what, and get rid of that distributor badge and share it as if you weren't doing it as a business. And so that's what she did with you guys today. She thought enough to think of you. And we do, honestly, we need more people. Our team here in the Idaho area is still really tiny, and we need more people sharing the message of this. And I would have never known Vicki had I not said yes to LifeVantage. And then I would have never met Nacole. And it's just such a privilege. And that's the funnest part, is if you're looking for community, I have 2 teenage girls, and I always tell them I want them to do a network marketing direct selling business, because I know when they find one they love, they'll have an instant community of people that will be their friends and that will support them through the tough times in life. And that's what you get if you find the right one. So Nacole, you want to wrap it up with anything before we go? You have to unmute yourself.
Do you know what I said? I said, that's going to take a while. I'm not very good at this thing. Thank you guys for coming. I only brought it to people's attention that I thought would be really interested in it and would take heart to it and would be interested. I believe in it. It's helped me. Like I said, my 12-hour days are like easy now. And I'm like, wow. And then at the same time, I sleep good at night. I actually sleep better, which I was like, huh. I'm like, that's nice. The Axio is great. Gives you just that little bit of energy you need to get through the day. If you guys have any questions, I'm always here to help. And I'm just crazy and like helping people. So let me know what you need. I'm not available at 2 a.m., but other than that, you can call me.
I love it. Stephanie, I'm so
It's
sorry.
all about your heart, Nacole.
We're just wrapping up, Stephanie. So I apologize.